This is Pam Like the Ghost, and we're going to be talking about some of our other releases that we have out on Bentley Records in support of our project we call Violence. Now, I previously talked about um, how I have the song out there, Alloy's New Punk, and I also talked about, I believe, It's Not You, It's Meme. But we also have a song called The Internet Connected Biology of All Living Things, which is a real expansive sound experiment in its real definition, and it's a concept kind of like a rock opera, and it's a kind of stream of consciousness, live recorded kind of jam band inspired electronic music, going back to the original concept of progressive electronic. If you think about bands like Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the original Peter Gabriel, Yes, and bands like Pink Floyd that had concepts. So the idea of interconnected biology of all living things is, as Josephine's kind of talking about, how this cold wind is blowing because man is not paying attention to nature and Gaia, and that there's a bad result from, like, what do you think is going to happen if you put it in the air and you put it in the sea? Is it going to magically disappear? What's going to happen to your children because you don't care about the environment? You don't care about what you're doing. You're not thinking about the fact that you have to breathe the air, you have to drink the water, you have to eat the animals that breathe that air and drink that water, and there's an interconnectedness between all living things. There's a shared kind of biology among all living things. We have a reptile part brain. We've got the whole history of evolution going back, to our ancestors. It is a connection to the planet, but sometimes human beings seem to, disregard that connection. Indigenous peoples had like a stronger connection to nature and understood kind of what they should do and what they shouldn't do, and we seem to have lost the boundaries. We just because man can just do anything with his hands and his mind, he does things that are very destructive. We have the great coral reef has like been destroyed. Tons of animals are dying off at high rates during this time, and it doesn't seem like anybody cares about anything but not caring about the other. Supporting people like Donald Trump, who deny climate change and deny good science, and only want to ingratiate themselves and their rich billionaire buddies to get the max amount of money from the planet, and don't care about anybody else. Um, and then trying to wrap themselves in the flag and religion when they're not very moral people. So this interconnected biology of all living things is our kind of political electronic music. We came up with an acronym a couple of years ago, and our first album was a big political statement. It was something wicked, and something wicked basically had a line, something wicked this way comes, TRUMP. And I guess it really happened. We didn't know that he was actually going to win, but we kind of indicated in our musings and through our music that we thought it was going to be a bad result. And if you're on the border and you're somebody trying to cross over and you die in a creek, um, you know, or you get your children separated and they're in a cage, I think that's something wicked. And I kind of predicted that with our first record, which is still out on Amazon as a CD. We're eventually going to put it back out on all the streaming services, but for now, it's available only as an Amazon.com CD. So if you go to Amazon CD, type in Bam Electric Ghost, you can listen. You can get something which is our first record. Also, we have Indigo Menace, which is our second record, and we have Synesthesia Neo Soul Surrender, which has some of our best songs to date on that album. We really kind of grew as a songwriter and found how to use Josephine Electric's voice on that record. We feel that Violets is probably like the best stuff that we ever created, and this song is one of them. We're still trying to figure out what the track list of Violets is going to be because we've been releasing singles, and we've been looking at the reception of these singles. We should be getting some reports from Bentley on how these actually did worldwide in all streaming services. And then when we see what those numbers are, we're going to configure the Violet album. We finally got a new gig. We're going to start on the 8th, and we're going to be doing a lot of work on the Violet album. And we'll be doing some more podcasts where we interview folks. We live in a hotel, and hopefully, they won't give us trouble. At least for the interviews, they shouldn't get us trouble. We're going to try to see if we can do some live recording there. We're going to bring a micro version of our studio. And getting into that, one of the things we're looking at is like, okay, let's say you're living in a residence and you're a musician and you're an electronic musician, so you don't have the problem that guitarists would have, like trying to record in an apartment, in a hotel. One of the cool devices that you could use is the Kai Force. And we've been looking at that, and we've got some feedback from some people that it doesn't exactly follow Ableton in terms of its workflow. But then again, I don't really care if it follows Ableton. What I'm trying to do is have a workflow that doesn't need a PC. And from what I can see, that is a workflow system that doesn't need a PC. It has a really good input device. So if you don't have a keyboard, you think the hotel is going to get mad if you have a keyboard. We're thinking of getting the Arturia solution, like their $200 keyboard, MIDI keyboard, and then running it into an Kai Force. And then we have our Arturia mini boot, 2S along with our rack boot 6U. So we'll be able to bring in our modular gear, which is composed of a Mother 32 and a DFAM, and it make noise, Morphogene sampler, and mass module. And we also have our OPZ. So the OPZ is easy to bring into the hotel. We think that the 6U would probably be pretty easy to bring in. Nobody's gonna really know what that is. It looks like it's just a crazy like electronic device. And then the Kai Force, just looks like some kind of adaptation for a laptop, some kind of weird control device. So those devices, it's only the Arturia MIDI keyboard, which would kind of reveal what you're doing. Then we're going to bring our microphone system and our remote, our whole audio system. So in terms of our audio mixing, we're bringing our MX1 mixer, and we're bringing our main recording system instead of a DAW is a Zoom R24. So we're going to bring the Zoom R24 and MX1, and then we're going to have all this stuff. We're going to use it to record. And, if we're live keyboard playing, we're going to have the Arturia $200 solution for one of their keyboard solutions. The key step that's a little larger, it's not the $99 one, it's the $200 one, but it's not the $1,000 one. And eventually probably going to get a Surface so we can get the Arturia sound board system that we can bring into the key step. But since we already have some pretty good synths, the big synth that we're looking to get when we're more stable is the actual Moog Matriarch, because that would be a real good control center for a lot of stuff we're trying to do. And since we already have a drummer from another Mother and a Mother 32 and some modular gear, we're feeling that the Moog would give us a really nice key bed, and then we could always use that key bed to control other things. And it's a really nice keyboard, so we could always use it as a MIDI keyboard to control, some sound modules from Roland. So from Roland, what we're really interested in is the D5, the D05, which is the D50, which is actually a very phenomenal thing. It has all the presets that ever were put out for the D50. It's got the same sound structure with the joystick, and it looks like a really good deal. We're hoping to grab that before it goes out of production. We would like an SCO2, but we think it's somewhat redundant since we already have a Mother 32 in our Arturia. So we're going to focus on the D5. We think the D5 is a good choice. And then maybe the actual drum machine, which is the 808. The 808, the little miniature 808 that came out, has a benefit over the Behringer in that it can do USB audio. And that might make it, even though it's not full size and it's not what the Behringer is, the Behringer, having the boutique version seems to be pretty cool. And because it's small, I actually could use it in the hotel. Having it too big is not actually my whole thing. This time having a smaller one actually would be good for me being on the road. And I'm hoping, like, if I'm on the road and I have the Kai Force, I could actually do a show with the Arturia, the Kai Force, and all the stuff I'm talking about. Because it's, the Kai Force can be the central control mechanism. And then if you use a Moog Matriarch, you have even more control. And then, given what we like to do, we think that would be a really good setup. So we're thinking that's our future setup for the Ghost. We love our Juno, but the Juno's got to stay home. Our SC, our System 1M staying home. JDXI is probably staying home because we're bringing, for our vocoders, we're going to bring a VT3 and a VT4, which gives us some capability. And, we have our studio electronics microphone in our rooms for doing our podcast. So we're pretty excited about being able to do some of this work, be able to get into some really focused recording for expansive sound, trying to finish up Violets and create some more tracks for Violets. We're going to talk more about some other songs in different episodes, but this episode, again, is about the interconnected biology of all living things. It's out there on all streaming services. You can click our link tree, which we'll include, and we'll give you the actual links for the Amazon version, the YouTube version, and the Spotify version of this song. And if you want to help us out, become a subscriber at 99 cents a month. We also have it at $4.99 and $9.99. And like we said before, we can send you, if you send us a voice memo and give us your information, or send us a note after you subscribe to my Instagram with your preferred contact. Because we can contact you through an Instagram message. So our Instagram is expansive_sound_experiments. You can actually send us a direct message there. And then if you subscribe to the podcast or become a supporter, we'll link up the information we have there with the information we get from the Instagram. And then, from there, we can send you a private link from our SoundCloud of demos and material that's going to be pretty cool now, because we actually stopped using Landar, so a bunch of our songs got taken down, but we have SoundCloud versions of all these songs, and we can send you private links of a lot of projects. A lot of songs are now not available, like Sonic Twin and Dark Ghost, so we can have Move Toward. So these are songs that we had out there from our Dark Ghost Volume 1 project. We also have our Bandcamp albums, so you can check out on our link tree to Bandcamp. We've got a bunch of Dark Ghost records on Bandcamp that you can check out, and you can actually purchase there and download. So if you want to support the Ghost, go to our Bandcamp, check out FantaElectric at Bandcamp.com, and check that out. And also support our Bentley Records, which is our newest material. Bandcamp stuff's all from like 2016, 2017. So I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Open loves me. Open loves me. Ecology. Open loves me. Open loves me. wind blows me. Ecology. Ecology. Do you care about this? Do you care about this house? You know life. Do you care about this? Do you even care? Do you care to see what's going on in the sea? You care to see what's going on in front of you? You and me. Cold wind blows me. The cold wind blows me. Ecology. 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 What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? Ecology. A cold wind blows me. 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 Ecology. Ecology. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? Ecology. Cold wind blows me. What happens when you dump it in the ocean? What happens when you dump it in the sea? What happens to your little children? What happens to their dreams? When you dump it in the air in the ocean, does it just mysteriously disappear? When you drop it in the air in the ocean, does it just magically disappear? Ecology. It's something you don't care about. It's something you'd rather not think about. It's something you don't care about. It's something you'd rather not think about. Out loud. Over time, these things build up, and then they have to self-destruct. Over time, these things build up, and then it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. A cold wind blows me. You know about the ecology. A cold wind blows me. What does that mean to you or me? Well, that creep already took Sally's life. That creep already told her in midnight. But, you know, these corporate speed. What's more dangerous than that speed? All about the ecology. It's all about the ecology. When it comes to you and me, we gotta stop this corporate speed. We gotta stop this corporate speed. How do you get a future? When you don't know your past. How do you get a future? Don't even know. It's all about ecology. It's all about you and me. If we place ourselves in the face of those kids in the back alley,